Hello, Steve White, Trek 89 for Steve Arts 89, Star Trek's Alleged Gatekeeper. Now, we have a little bit of news on Picard Season 3 cast. We know that Michelle Hurd and Jerry Ryan are coming back, but sort of wasn't sure who was coming back. Now, we all assumed Rios wouldn't come back because he was left in the past and died in the past. It sounds like he doesn't come back. He hasn't straight out said he doesn't come back, but it sounds like he hasn't come back. And he's shooting another show. Apparently he wanted to be let out so he could work on another show. Now, why they had to leave him in the past, they could easily have just had him go back to the future and do something else, because I really think they should have left it open for them to do a Rios series or a Stargazer series with Rios. That would have been really good. And the fact they wrote that out as a possibility that just couldn't happen is very disappointing. Now, Elnor, I've forgotten the name of the guy who plays him. He's Australian. Oops. He's not returning. He's made it clear he's not returning. He's not going to be in Season 3. Now, he's on the Excelsior, so I'm guessing Excelsior just doesn't appear in Season 3, which makes perfect sense. He's off on a ship doing other adventures and that, so we may see him again some other time, who knows, but he's not coming back. Now, the character who plays, I should remember all these names, Data's daughter, basically, was it Corin? Core. Is that how? She's played like 5 characters in the show. Isa Briones, I can't pronounce her name. You know who I'm talking about. She's not coming back. She's made it clear she's not coming back. She blinked out of the current time or whatever with Wesley Crusher as a traveller. She joined the Travellers. She's gone. We won't see her again. I mean, not in Season 3 of Picard anyway. She could pop up somewhere else in one of the other shows, but not this show. Now, who else was in the cast? Of course, Alison Pill isn't coming back because she's the Borg and she's gone off doing Borg things, and apparently the Borg isn't in Season 3 from what I'm hearing. And I think that's it. Basically, we just have Picard being joined by the Next Gen crew with 7 of 9 and is it Michelle Hurd? I think that's her name. Raffi. Basically, Raffi and 7 are back, and that's it. Everyone else is off, either stuck in the past or dead or off on their own adventures. So it's kind of interesting because I kind of assumed they'd be back. For some reason, I just sort of thought, but it makes sense in that they came together as a crew in the first season as a renegade crew, which of course was very un-Star Trek and very much just like the fan film series Renegades. And then we had them sort of all drawn to a ship and then having to get together and go back to this past adventure. They were all from other places. So Elnor has his place, Rios now has his place in the past. So we're only going to see 2 of the original Picard, or the new Picard, well, one of the new Picard characters and one of the legacy characters brought into Picard to become one of the members of the crew, and that's it. And the rest is all the Next Generation cast, which is kind of surprising. A lot of people thought they were just going to be cameos in like the last episode or something, but apparently the whole season is about them. They're giving them a whole season, which is good, because when Patrick Stewart said they were doing a series, we all assumed Next Gen characters would be in there somewhere, just maybe not all on the same ship, but in the show. And then he said, no, not having any of them. It's just about Picard and no one else. And we're all like, what? So to see they turned around after 2 very unsuccessful and unpopular seasons, I can see why they said, okay, let's do the Next Gen and end it off well. We didn't do a good job of the series as a whole. It was pretty bad season 1 and 2, but at least we can end it off well. So God willing, there won't be any time travel. There'll just be on ships in the 21st century, characters we recognise, characters we like, and have a nice big adventure and a good send-off for these characters. That's what I'm hoping for. I'm being optimistic. It takes too much energy to hate, and there'll be plenty of time to tear it apart later if it fails to do this. But so interesting that we're seeing all these cast members letting us know that they're not coming back for Season 3, because Season 3 is filmed. Some people are putting out some ridiculous stories about this actor was fired or that actor was fired, won't be returning. I'm like, they've already filmed it. They started filming the day after Season 2 finished, Season 3 started. That was back in September. They've finished filming it a long time ago. Now, my theory is that they didn't have the funding for 2 seasons. So they came up with this time travel budget saving story, basically, so they could take up a good 6 or 7 episodes in Earth's past, basically filming in LA for current day LA, basically, or 2 years from now, to save a lot of money so they could get 2 seasons out of 1 season of budget. That's what I think they did there. That's why they just filmed them together, and they did the time travel story and did it cheap. So long as we get a good season with the Next Gen, I really don't care if they squeeze 2 out of the same budget. I didn't enjoy it, but I'm just looking forward to the next part. I just hope it's decent. I'm being optimistic, like I said. I'm going to go. Feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think of the actors not returning, Picard changing, basically turning back into Next Gen .2 or whatever for the final. That's what it looks like, but we'll see.